Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 148 on the Appalachian Trail. There was no day 147. After getting down from Mount Washington, I had went into, eventually got down the mountain, and which took a while. Weather got a little bit better, as you can see in the video once it's posted. Once you got below closer to like 4,000 foot, the weather, we were out of the clouds, and it got a little bit better. Still cloudy, still a little chilly. By the time I got all the way down to the lower part of the mountain, the weather was warmer. It was just, it's wild how it is up here. Anyway, yesterday I took the day off and was in town. I was not feeling good at all. Not really. I don't know. I don't know if I just, my whole body was just aching. I had cold sweats. So I ended up taking the day off, going to a hotel, sweated it out in the hotel room. I mean, I woke up this morning at 3 a.m. drenched. It was really weird, but I do feel better now. My parents had offered for me to stay at the hotel for another night or two. Tomorrow it's supposed to rain, but I figured now I wanted to keep going. I'm ready to keep going. I'm very close to getting into Maine. That's a huge thing, so I'm excited about that. That'll be our last state, and I gotta be honest with you guys, I don't know if it's just from the terrain here, but I'm worn out. Like, my whole body's worn out. I mean, part of it is probably because we just hit another milestone. Boom. We are officially at 1,900 miles. That's incredible. But I'm feeling it. I don't know what it is. It's just, I guess the terrain has just been really rough, and it's just definitely taken the wear and tear on my body. But I mean, that's huge. 1,900 miles. We have less than 300 miles to go. 297.4 actually, to be exact. So like I said, we are definitely close to Maine. I think we're only a couple days away from crossing into the last state on the trail, guys. So that's huge. I can't even believe it. Maine is a little bit longer. New Hampshire wasn't as long, but it was god awful rough. I enjoyed the views from New Hampshire. I will not be sad to see New Hampshire in the rearview mirror. Definitely been rough. You know, they say New Hampshire and Maine, especially mostly southern Maine, are the hardest parts on the trail. So we do still have some hard parts coming up. Not as many 4,000 foot, climbs as we had in New Hampshire. The only bad part with New Hampshire is the only day that we had the really good weather was Franconia Ridge, but that's okay. That was the main spot that I wanted to have good weather on. I knew Mount Washington wouldn't have good weather. They only have good weather slim days out of the year. Some people, especially those on the trail, they might disagree with my method of getting up to Mount Washington. I don't care. I'm just gonna say that flat out. I don't care. If you don't like it, too bad. You're not the one out here doing this, so I'd rather play it safe than sorry. I don't think people realize just 2 weeks ago a man died on that climb. Coming down, he got turned around and he died of hypothermia. So that was literally 2 weeks ago. Quite a few people, like 180 people or so, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little less, I don't remember, have died on that mountain. Like I said, that's the strongest recorded winds in the world. The weather changes at the drop of a dime. I mean, they'll tell you it's the most dangerous area you'll have on the entire trail. So it is what it is. So I was happy with the way that I did things. I don't regret a single moment of it. Unfortunately, you know, I did it the best way I could, being the safest I could, making the smartest choice. I had 0 views anyway. Even the presidentials, you would have had 0 views, and most of the presidentials are not even on the trail. They're all on Blue Blazes. So it is what it is, guys. But yeah, now that we have officially hit 1900, we're just gonna keep pushing on. I am feeling better today. Still not 100%. Like I said, I'm just, my body and mind are worn down. Not at the point of I wouldn't stop, but I can see now why people do stop when they hit up this area. I mean, it's definitely rough. But to me, like I told my parents, you know, I've come this far, you know, it would be foolish not to push on, even if I have to go slower. My goal is to finish before the end of September. I don't remember how many miles Maine is, but the terrain, I think once I get past the Bigelows, probably another 100 miles. The terrain's a little bit better. We have some sporadic spots, and then there's a section where it's looks like nice walking, very nice hiking, not a lot of ups and downs. So we'll see. Today is a gorgeous day out, so we're gonna get what miles we can in today, and see what happens tomorrow. Like I said, it is looking like rain a good part of the day, which kind of sucks. It is gonna be a little colder out. My parents, like I said, did offer for me to stay in town, but with it being Labor Day weekend coming up, the prices were ridiculous. And Gorham was a nice enough town, but for what you were getting for the room, it just, to me, it seemed a little too expensive. It wasn't that great of a place to stay, the room wise. It was okay. So, and tomorrow night alone, the rate was like $160 a night or something like that. That's stupid. I wouldn't, even though my parents wanted to pay for it, I told them no. So, you know, I'll be close to some shelters. So if the weather doesn't get bad enough, I can at least, you know, camp out in a shelter. I think we're I don't know if we have any more shelters we have to pay for. I don't think so. I think the rest of the campsites and shelters are free now. Now that we are out of the whites. At least I'm pretty sure we're out of the whites. But man, I'm telling you guys, if you ever decide to come up here and hike, you better bring your A game, because it is definitely no joke. It's gorgeous. Probably some of the most beautiful sights, when you have sights to see, when you're not socked in from the weather, but it is no joke. Still a little sore from the tumble I took the other day, coming down the mountain. My hip's still pretty sore, but nothing's broken, so I'm good. Everything seems to be moving along. It's just been a lot. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get started, or keep going, and I'll catch you guys down the trail in a little bit. See you. Now trail has us doing this little road walk to get to the trail. There's a beautiful river. Look at that view, guys. Oh my, that is gorgeous. There's a little power plant facility on the other side. I bet that water's cold. Moving pretty good. I guess we're going up that way. Well, like I've said before, you get a little bit of everything on the trail. Sometimes you get some extra road walking. Definitely a gorgeous view. Well, not the best view because some of the trees are a little high, but not too bad. We definitely had worse. I am beat, guys. I am struggling today. I probably should have taken another day off. Just not feeling good, no energy. As soon as I started climbing, I got about halfway up and I was zapped. I had no energy left. So, anything that I can do now, I'm already up here, but I won't be going as far as I wanted today. It's not that I feel sick, I just have no energy. Just completely drained of all energy. So, there's a campsite like 3 miles away. That's what we're aiming for. So, not a lot of video today, it's mostly been climbing. But, all right guys. Catch you in a bit.